Hey there, in this tutorial we're going to take a look at creating a blank template in order to design with. Now, when you go to create any new document, I'm just going to go ahead and create a new letter. Just double click and I choose the settings. I don't really know exactly what those settings are because I haven't really looked at what the settings are before I create this document. But one of the things is that it loads all these default swatches and brushes and symbols and graphic styles. And by the way, if you can't see these panels, go look at the video on setting up workspaces in Illustrator. But I'm going to go back and restart this by creating a new document again. And when I go to letter, I'm going to go to more settings, and this is going to bring up kind of an old school dialog box. What's nice about this is that I can see a little bit more. First off, I know that my profile is going to be print because that's what I'm going to go with. And that's why it gave me letter as a size. If I went to the web, then you'll see that it generally will try and put me into like pixel dimensions. But I'm going to go back to the print because I know that I want to have an 8.5 inch page. The problem is that by default, everything's in points. So I'm going to change my default to inches so I can see 8.5 by 11. And then below, you'll see in advanced, if you can't see it right now, is there are two color modes, CMYK and RGB. Now I'm changing to RGB on purpose, and the reason why is because a lot of times when we do design work, we're going to be doing it for the screen and we might print it. But I'm going to assume that this is going to be graphics that might go onto a screen at some point. So I'm going to even design it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and create this document. Now, once again, just like before, when I created this document, it came in with a bunch of swatches and brushes and symbols. And it'd be nice to go through and select all the different items that I want to get rid of by clicking on one, shift-clicking on the other, and then you can then drag those down to the delete right there. Or you can come up to the command, the menu for that panel, and you can find all unused, and then you can hit delete. And the problem with this, though, is sometimes a few things are left behind. So I know that gray is left behind. And then we also have a black that's right here. If you double click on that black, you'll notice that the color is not 000. So I'm going to change that to 000. Click OK. And now go to brushes and symbols. Now you can do the same thing there, or you can do all of this at one time by going up to the window menu, finding actions, and then you're looking for an action called delete unused panel items. What this does is the same thing, but it does it for the symbols, graphic styles, brushes, and swatches. If you run that, you'll see that all of your symbols and your brushes and your graphic symbols have disappeared, but you do have to go back and change the black. Whoops, somehow I'm missing my black color, so let me make sure that that's there. I have white and black. We might want to call it black. There we go. Oh, I need to not make that color. Global, black. That should be correct. Now it's correct. Now, this is the file that you want to save. Now, typically we can use save as template, and this will take us into the templates folder within Illustrator. That would be great if I could save things here, but because I'm on a school computer, I know it's not going to be able to save there. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to my temp folder instead, and I'm going to save it there as blank RGB template. Beautiful. Now we can close the actions panel and close that document. Now, as soon as that's closed, if you can find out wherever you've put that document, to create a new document with the same settings, all you have to do is double click on it, and you'll see that it will create an untitled document with the same exact settings as that template. Now, if you saved it in the template directory, when you go to do a new document, you can actually use those templates that you already have, which is really kind of nice. And you can also go to your templates directly from here. Once again, if I jump over to my temp folder, you'll see it's right there, and I can select it. So let me see, new from template, And you'll see once again it jumps me to that template folder. And of course, if you save it there, then it's really easy to select that. So definitely start off with a file like this where it is blank, that you have no swatches, no brushes, no symbols, no graphic styles, and you're using inches because that's the way we tend to think on print, and RGB color space. And that way you will get a really clean file that's ready for you to work with. Thanks.